Guys, undefeated never felt so good. It's a beautiful time for us. That's right. Guys, welcome in. Week 3 in the books. I stand alone on top. I like saying it. You like hearing it. I know you do. That's okay for all of you people who have lost fantasy football games. You still have a chance. But I think we know who's on top of the mountain this week. All right, let's start it off. Week 4 previews. Let's do it. Minocchio versus Cam. I'm starting off with a tough one. There's some good matchups this week for sure. I am giving the slight edge to Minocchio this week. Cam, you don't have Marshawn Lynch this week, which if it was any other week, I think I might take you in this one. It depends on if you can get some production out of your wide receivers elsewhere, but I think Minocchio takes it this week, though I do think Cam might pull this off if either Roddy White or Vernon Davis can't go. They're both questionable this week. So for now, with your lineup set, I am taking Minocchio over Cam to start off week 4. Next up, we got Brandon versus Zach, or as I like to call it, San Francisco versus Philadelphia. Both of you have 3 players on either team, so it's kind of a wash. I can't really. Depends on how that game goes. I am giving the slight edge this week to Brandon to get off the Gopher streak. I think that Drew Brees has a big game, and it is Steve Smith's first game back in Carolina, so look for him to put up at least 15, 18, maybe higher. So, Hockey League, you get your first win, I think, this week. Let's see. Let's do Wes and Pinson. This is kind of another one of those things where your teams kind of like feed off of each other. Depends on whether or not Jamal goes. So if Jamal goes, I'm liking Pinson. If Niall goes, I'm liking Pinson. Pinson, you got the win, buddy. All right. Next up, my game of the week this week: Chad versus Ray. Now this was a lot like Phil and Brandon last week, where I think these teams are just like right there. That was a great call by me, by the way. Did you not hear me last week? And I was like, I don't know who to pick, and it ended up being a point difference with your guy calling it. I think it's gonna be similar this week. It's come down. I like Nelson, Antonio Brown, and Gronk more than I like Calvin, Garcon, and Kelsey for those 2 wide receivers and that tight end. I think that's where it goes. I don't like Chad starting Eli Manning. I do like Ray starting Phillip Rivers. So if Felipe Rios, Spanish Phillip Rivers, decides to go ham against Jacksonville, look for Ray to win it, but I think that overall Chad's going to take the battle of the managers this week. Again, look for it to be really close. Let's see. Pank versus Fred. Why even fucking bother? Fred, you can't even set a full lineup this week. I think I counted you have 10 people on bye. You have 2 people in your starting lineup that you can't even replace who are on bye. So Pank gets his Fred bye this week. Yeah, I think, Fred, you have the chance of beating Minocchio's low score from last week of, 47? There's a good chance that you pull that off, so we'll see. Finally, your boy, the kid, your guy, BBP versus Phil. Phil got off the Gopher streak last week by 1 point. Barely hanging on, but I've got bad news for you. You run into the buzzsaw. This guy, Dez, Jimmy, and Rashad. Rashad, what a pick. Tear you up this week. Though we have the same running backs as in my other league. I've got Shady and Le'Veon. So I'm kind of rooting for them, but I'm also not this week, so it's a very strange position for me to be in. But luckily, my team, my other league's way better than yours. I've got Matt Stafford and Julio and stuff, so don't even worry about it. So, yeah, no surprise here. picking your guy to go 4-0. Ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it? All right, let's break down some power rankings. Number 12, the Gopher, the Brandon, the League Robert, the Hockey League Biceps. Sorry, guy, but bottom of the barrel this week. I think you get off your slide this week, but it's not impossible that Zach's garbage amazing team takes you out. So, for now, you're 12 at 11, up one spot. The West Myers, you got your win over Ray last week, but Ray left something stupid on the bench, like Pierre and Reggie Bush, who went off for like 46 combined or something like that. So you won, but, you know, I don't even know if that swings it, but you won, so good job. I'll give you props. At 10, down 5 spots, biggest slide of the week, Minocchio. Christ, buddy. Did you Oregon Minokes? We talked about this, man. Hopefully Ohio Minokes like fucking turns it on, because Oregon Minokes did you no favors. So you're down 5 spots to number 10. Up 1 spot at number 9 is the Fred. Fred, he's going strong. Who'd you play last week? You get you won last week, didn't you? No, you didn't. It doesn't fucking matter. You're at 9. I'm not prepared for this. At 8. Pinson lost last week. You're down a spot. Number 7, up a spot. Phil, still, this is the 1 and 2 crowd. You're still looking the best out of all of them, even though you're facing your guy this week. But I think you're still. I'm gonna keep saying this until you fucking prove me wrong that you have a good team. But maybe you don't. So number 6, up 3 spots to the Zach. Zach's talking in my ear. Oh my god, I'm so fucking good. I'm 2-1. I'm killing it right now. You still got a bad team. But you are up 3 spots. You're in the top 6. You're in the top half. There you go, buddy. Number 5, down 3 spots. Ray losing the West. That's bad news. Not starting the right people. Sammy Watkins got you like 2 points. So management is the only problem there, if that's ironic enough for you. Number 4, down 3 spots. The Cam getting knocked off the pedestal last week by Zach. Funny story, Zach texted me asking me to call you Cam, laugh for 5 minutes, and then hang up. That's it. It is kind of funny. You lost to Zach. That sucks. Number 3. Whoo, going up 3 spots. The Wet V, the Packers. What's up, guy? You're making a run for it, buddy. You're looking all right. Put up high points in the week last week because Martellus Bennett decided that he didn't like my high score, so you beat me by like 2.5. So good job. You keep it up, buddy. You're number 3. Number 2, up 2 spots. Chad had a rough week too. Bounced back, still looking good. And at your number 1 spot, up 3 spots. Number 1, the Big Black Plus, undefeated, keeping that streak rolling. Some parting interesting facts for you from the league. So far, Chad is the only person to win a fantasy football game out of state. He was in Colorado week 1 when he beat Pinson. Until this week when Phil won from Hawaii. So the record from out of state is not good. You want to be in Ohio if you want to play fantasy football. That's the heart of it all, friends. Also, I think it was Ray and Pinson. You put up lower points than the difference between me and Minocchio last week. I think I hung up, like the difference was like about 80-something points. And I beat your scores just on difference last week. So that's another little fun fact for you. Alright guys, I'm done. Set your lineups. And Brandon and Wes still owe me money. Fuck you guys. Get it in.